the cloud. So yes, the topic for this week is HTML, and as I said in the beginning, like in our previous week's class, that HTML is rather easy, and you will enjoy that a bit more. Again, why? Because it's relatively, if you just take out, as I said, that if you just take out, or if you just compare it with the other technologies that we are studying, this would be the easiest one out of that. So hopefully you will find it, the easiest one of them. So anyhow, uh, I will be now starting, and I'll be sharing my screen. And we have yes, we started talking about the semantics. And I remember I asked someone to just remind me about the semantics in the beginning. Okay, so someone is unmuted without, unintentionally. Looks like, who is that?
Think DA.
It's There are lots of people who are unmuted, and I don't know why they are unmuted.
I think
Okay,
it's the DA.
yeah. So I think it's now it's all good, right? Okay. So let's start talking about our week 5 material, and I will be showing that material to you people. Sharing my screen. All right. Now I'm expecting that you are able to see my screen where your Web 222 week 5 notes are displayed. Is that right? The chat window message. So that,
Yep.
okay, that's good. That's good. Now you can also mute yourself, whosoever is talking. Okay, Rishab, thank you. So we are talking about HTML5, and in the end, I stopped at, you said it right, that we stopped at uh, something called, let me just open that for you, not this one, rather this one, and and this one. Hmm, okay. So, so we talked about the semantics, and I stopped at semantics, and there were some confusions on that part. So today, what I'll try to just start from where we have left, and I said you that you can just call it your your program, like your first file as
Hi, no
index.html.
one. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Can you please record? Can you please record the lecture?
yes, it's also already recording. You see here, like if you see that it's already recording.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, no problem. So we were talking about the semantics. So again, there was some confusion on few students' part. I would just try to clear that confusion over here, and I'll try to be more specific that what I wanted to say. First of all, if you say something with, when it is called semantics or semantic web, it's basically the generation of the web that we are in right now. So what is that specifically? The semantic web refers to those technologies or those set of standard set of technologies which enable the the real understanding of the tags, the real meaningful understanding of the tags. What does that mean? If I say, for example, let's see if that example makes sense to everyone. If I say, for example, some of you, if you have seen HTML, you know that there is a tag in HTML which is called table tag. We create tables for that. If you do not know, no problems, but there is a table tag which is used in HTML for making tables. Now, when I write this table, semantically, it does not tell me that what thing I am talking about. Whether that table might be might be a dining table, that table might be an office table, or something what. And those who know, they know that table in HTML, in their standard HTML, table refers to the rows and column arrangement of data, right? So what I will say here is that semantically, this table tag is not represent, like, semantically this table tag tab is not that understandable. I cannot guess what is coming inside this table tag. Again, just repeating, table in HTML displays a rows and columns form of data where we can have multiple rows and multiple columns. What I'm saying is that semantically, this table is not that descriptive in nature. And now let's talk about another thing. If I say, we were talking about the p tag, p tag is a paragraph tag. and paragraph. And I think we got stuck on that, but I'll try to explain that. You know, this p tag can even contain all the navigation link of my page. For example, if I write href equal to, you know, there is something called an href and about me, for example. And again, if you are not understanding, that's not a problem. I just want to make some other point here. I don't want you to understand the code of ahref and everything. So what I've done is that inside a paragraph tag, it is very much legal that I can put my links, the links of my all website, right? But on the other hand, if I use okay, so as I said in the previous class, and there was confusion, that paragraph tag is a generic tag. Inside that paragraph tag, you can store links. You can represent links. You can represent images. You can represent text. You can represent whatever you want in a p tag, right? Now, what we are saying over here is that if I write something like this, which is very much available in our HTML5, that I write a tag NAV. NAV is coming from navigation, right? So if you see navigation tag, NAV tag, you are 100% sure that this tag will have navigational components, the link of the website. I hope that's making sense to everyone. Semantical understanding of the tags. That if I don't write a nav, rather I put my links inside this paragraph tag. So what confusion that makes on the part of the code. I'm just talking about on the part of the code. Code cannot understand, machine cannot by itself understand that this P will contain what. For example, if I ask you to write a program in Python that goes to a website and brings all the links from that website. So you will write a program and you will go to a website, and you know, after going to the website, you will have to go to inside of tag, every tag also, to find out where is the link existing. On the other hand, if that website has a nav tag, navigation, so you will do what? Your Python program, Python code will directly go to the nav tag, and it will be confirmed on that nav tag that anything that is followed by this nav tag will be the links, the navigation links of the website. I hope that's making a bit of sense now, because we had, again, as I said, that there were some confusions, and I thought I should first clear all those, and then we should talk about the rest of the things. So yes, now are you getting that? Anyone having this problem understanding is that one? Yes, I'm recording, Devam. I'm recording. I'm very much recording. Yes. So Mark says yes. Anyone else? Like, you know, I think Maruk had a problem, or someone was stuck on this. So I wanted to understand them that P is semantically not describing, while as nav is semantically describing. Semantically means after just looking at the tag, I know that what will be inside that. But if after looking at the tag, I cannot understand what will be inside that, it can be anything at all. So then we say that it's basically semantically not understandable. Sufyan says no. Sufyan, if you still have confusion about that, don't worry, because because when we'll be just talking about some of the structural element, I will again explain that to you. Does that make sense, Sufyan? So right now I will be just, you know, putting that up till that point. So last class we discussed about something called element. Can anyone tell me quickly what is the element? A quick definition of element. What are elements in HTML? Elements. Sufyan, can you give me the definition of elements? And don't worry about this semantics right now. And as I said, as we'll be moving forward, we'll be scaffolding on that. Okay, Mark, you have given the everything. Every element is anything between opening and closing tag. Not anything, everything, including plus like starting tag and the ending tag and everything in between that. Yes, that's good. That's good. That was called an element. And then there was something called an entity. Can someone tell me what was entity? Entities in HTML. Interesting. They were quite interesting. We talked about entities in HTML. So does anyone remember what was that entities? What were those entities? Okay, Rishabh, thank you very much. So Rishabh is saying that we have something called at the, like, you know, this ampersand, and this semicolon, like, you know, terminator. And we do what? We just place a text sign in between, and that is rendered to that level. That's very good. Andre, this is not only ampersand LT, there should be a terminator as well. So basically as Rishabh has mentioned, basically the entity comprises of these two things. Like entity will be coming in between these two things. So that is called an entity. All right. So now let's talk about our first HTML document that I will copy and paste here from your notes, and I will be just talking about that. This is our first page. And let's talk about that. And I would like all of you to just, first of all, listen to that, and then we'll be just talking about different things. So this is our all HTML program. Now see here, the first line, tag sign of exclamation. Please consider it that, and remember this one is not a tag, rather it's something as you used to have. Yes, Jason, that is right. Ampersand GT and terminator. Yes, so it will be for greater than, and less than will be for less than, but Andre, you need to add a terminator in your comment, right? Anyhow, so doc type HTML, this tells browser, if I write a comment, sorry, it is just making it comment as well, so I'll have to make an explicit comment. So this tells browser that the document is made by using HTML5 standard, right? So this first line is the declaration type of something. Always in programming languages, we see that at the very top, we try to declare a few different things, where this document is coming from, which standard this document is following, things like that. So to represent that specifically in our document, what we are doing is that we are saying that this one will be our document will be made by using the HTML5 standard. I hope everyone understands that. And by the way, please bear in mind, this is not this generally is not considered as a tag. This is just a declaration telling browser that what is going on. That where I have made this document. I made this document for HTML5 standards and everything. Right? If you talk about this one from this part, you see there are three main sections in our HTML page. The first, which I have selected, this HTML. If I just do that, you see this is the first and the far most important the component of our HTML page. HTML and HTML, starting tag and ending tag. You remember I talked about that there are two types of tags in HTML, paired and singular. You remember? So HTML is a paired tag. So HTML is a paired tag, but then if I ask you, this HTML completely is an element. You remember? Everything in between and the starting tag and ending tag, that will be called as what? Element. HTML has become one element. So one of the first element that we can see over here is that HTML element, right? So this is the parent element, or this is the root element, right? So we call it parent element or a root element of HTML document. And all web page will reside inside this HTML and HTML container. So far so good. Everyone understands that? Okay. After this head, the second main section that you see, after HTML, the second main section you see is this head section. Let me just close that. You see that head section is starting at this point and ending at this point. So this is a great help from this Visual Studio Code, that you can always collapse and extend these tags. So if you see that head is the second main section of the HTML document. Now, what is head? Head is a very important part of a HTML page. The first thing, head, if you place it here before this body tag, or you place it here after the body tag, but inside HTML, wherever you place it, head always executes first. Point number one about head, right? And I would like you to just take a note of these points, maybe somewhere or in your mind, because these maybe you don't find them directly written somewhere. So head, wherever you place it, it generally executes first. Number two, this head has one tag inside it. If you see this title tag, which has a direct impact or direct visibility on our page. Other than this title, there is nothing that is directly visible on our page. This is point number two about HTML, about the head. Head contains one of the tag title, which is sometimes some browsers say, some people say, or some validators will say that it's very mandatory to use that. There is someone who is just without any reason is going unmuted and then muted. I don't know what's going on. I need all of you to just mute yourself. I don't know why I cannot mute you, because there is a background sound that is just making it a disturbance. Anyhow, so
speed of light. Well, first of all, that can't happen because it would require an infinite amount of energy. But let's just ignore that for a bit and hop on board. Think about the transformation.
Samuel. Samuel, that's good to know that you are having some other lecture as well. Looks like you are looking at some other lecture as well. Anyhow, but not that's not a problem. Please be muted. Jonah, I can see you are also unmuted. Mark, looks like you are also unmuted. Even though there is nothing coming from your background, but still I need you to be muted. And as I said, I don't know why it's not allowing me to mute you people, because it should allow me. So anyhow,
Professor, you just unmuted me. I was
sorry.
muted. You just unmuted me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Mark, I'm sorry about that. So I was asking you to unmute. Oh, sorry. Okay. So yes. So basically what is going on is that we talked about this head section, and we say that head section has one tag, title tag, that has a direct, existence or direct visibility on our web page. And where is that displayed? I hope you remember. I will just run this file. I hope you remember how to run this file in a server. You remember I told you that you can run it different forms, but I am running it by using light server. It will be running. So I'll show you that where this my web page is visible. So this title is on. Now this meta chart set, it's character set that will be used. Standard is UTF-8. It's mostly used. So we use this meta keyword as well. So what does head contain other than title? Head contains all that meta information of our web page. Where website was developed, who developed it, something like that. What are the searching keywords that you want search engines to look for, or maybe to search my website on those words. For example, you are developing a website for example for Seneca, and you want to just to show that. Let me just show you. So it's giving a very big hello world. Oh, my views has been. So now it's 100%. So it's basically, so anyhow, so it's running my page now. So where is the title been represented? I hope you know that this is the title which is coming over here at the top of my page. Can everyone see that? And you can just quickly just do that, change that. For example, whatever I have in front of me, Rajveer name. So I will just write Rajveer. So you can see that now my page will be displaying Rajveer in the title. So you see here that in the title, now I can see Rajveer. So this title tag is the tag which is directly visible on our web page, be it on our on our status bar, or be it on head bar, or it just represents that. So you need to just represent that. So what I will write here is my first web page. For example, we can write that, and we will be just looking at that title now. And if you just look at that, you will find that now your web page has this my first web page title. Right? So I said that in head, other than this title, there are meta information. There are those keywords that you want search engines to find your website whenever they are searching for a typical thing. For example, as I said, you are developing a website for Seneca, and you say that if search engine, someone writes in search engine Seneca, my website should be searched. If someone writes colleges in Ontario, so it should be searched, something like that. So you will give those keywords also in that head section. One thing. The other thing, as I said, that head always executes first, or always interpreted first. We try to place our most of the script in our head tag. It has its own advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons. But again, one of the way is that we always try to place our code inside our head section, script in our head section. What do you mean by script? We have talked about the JavaScript, and we'll just try to place that JavaScript maybe directly into our head, or maybe by using a script.js, but placing the link of that script.js in our head section. So far, so good. Everyone understand? So the second main section of our document is head. So head is the second main section, or should I call it main element, right? This is also an element. Head and head combined together, everything in between is an element, head element, right? Then we have, if I just collapse this one, or maybe yes, something like that, and if I open this body, now this is our body tag. Body tag, as you might have guessed, is the most important part of it, where we want to display whatever you want to display. You will be just placing it over here, and you would have seen I'm already doing that. The comments in HTML is a bit different from what we are used to. So the comments here start at the tag sign of exclamation, then double dash, and then there are certain comments and something like that, and you need to end that with the double dash and the tag sign, like so, right? So after that, we are using H1. Now, those who know that we have different levels of headings, we have H1 and H2 and up to what level? H6. H6 is the smallest one. I am smallest. So let's just check that. So we have different levels of headings: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. And it's a bit in a different order. That H1 is the biggest one. You see that it's showing the biggest one, and H2 is smaller than that one, and then H6 is the smallest of all. If you want to check, you can always check about H3. How does H3 goes? Anything, and you can just check H4 and H5 as well.
Can you copy and paste your code on the comment, please?
Okay, I can.
Thank you.
I am H4, right? So I'm just, you need to have my complete code, right? From doc type.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, so where is the chat window? I'll have to find chat window now. Okay. Here. Okay, someone.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem. So, okay, try. I was not looking at the comments. Okay, can we change the color of the tile? Yes, we can change it. We can change it. We'll later on talk about. You can do lots of things. Okay, so I've just pasted the code right here. Now you see here that now we have got what? So we have got this H1 to H6. I've just only H5 remaining. Let me just write then. I am H5. So now save it and now run it. You see that we have got all the levels of heading. Okay, I just put 5 somewhere. Okay, other than H5, I placed 5 only. H5, and this one is also H5. Save this and run this. Now you see here, hello world, hello anything. I'm H4, H5, and H6. So these are the different levels of headings. One way or other, they are not like, maybe someone of you will be thinking that why do we use them? So these are also used for the logical arrangement of our data on our web page. Logical arrangement, by logical arrangement, I mean that, you need to go in a very synchronous sequence. Did the code be copy pasted? Because I am not able to paste in VS. Oh, you're unable to copy and paste that? Why? It should not be the case, because I use that usually. Oh.
There is an option to copy in Zoom app. They don't let us to copy and copy the comment. Yeah.
Okay. Just let me have a quick look at it. Is that in the meeting options, meeting settings, or somewhere else?
I got no idea, but like.
Okay, let me check that. I will just quickly have a look at it. And if I'm able to hide video, hide floating, optimize screen sharing. Can't find that option right now. Meeting options, meeting info is there. Okay, let me see if it's giving me the option for that. Chat. Okay, show voice button, show code snippet button, include link preview. Okay, looks like I have found the options over here, but I don't see the option of not allow copying, something like that. Let me see that. Showing voice button, show code snippet, include link preview, change my status, unread messages. When viewing unread messaging channel, push notifications, all messages, only private messaging, nothing. Okay, notify me about replies. It's not the case. Let's talk about general. I don't find that option right now, but accessibility maybe. No. Okay, so anyhow, I am unable to find that out right now. I will just try to do that in break, because it should not do like something like that. Why in the world you won't allow someone to copy something from the node chat? Show my connected. Okay, so And on top, shortened messages, John, and move messages to new replies to the bottom of the chat. Okay, so I'll have to just check that. But can we find another way of that? Okay, so I can find that option. I don't know. Yes, I can share the whole file, but that would be towards the end. And let me just share that file. Yes, you're right. Let me just try to do that, and I will share the complete file here. And then, but you know, that looks a bit of the odd solution because yes, someone is right. At this point, you would have written that down. But again, let's see. No problems. Sending 3222 lectures week 5 index. See if you can just download this file. I hope you will be able to download that file because it's a very easy. Yes, someone is saying right that by this time you would be able to just type that out because it's all not that difficult. You can, yes. So under that, you mean that you can download this index.html and you will find all the file, all the text. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, so H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. We are talking about that logical arrangement of the data, the synchronous arrangement of the data. And you know what we do is that what we try to use this H1, H2. Okay, yes, I can email that as well. So what we do is that, but again, Devam, all that would make it for the future. And the someone who was asking for this code, it looks like they were just trying to have that right now. So but that's not a problem. So as I said, that H1, H2, H3, so they have that logical arrangement. And you know, if you see that I want to have the biggest heading on the top and then the subheading and then some text over there followed by anything. So you use these kind of things. So for example, you set this standard that whenever there will be my heading, I'll be using H1 for that, and there is a subheading, I'll be using H3 for that. And if there is something else, I will be using that paragraph tag for it. For example, you know, the paragraph tag, I hope you have you have the idea of paragraph tag. And let me tell you a very interesting way of having some garbage type of text that you can use to test your script. And for that, you write down lorem. You know, lorem's ipsum is a facility that is being available to us. So you just type this lorem, LOREM, and press enter. You'll be surprised to see something has been happened to your code. And let me just tell you. Yes, have you used that? The lorem ipsum type of thing, that now we have this garbage, you know, text, or maybe some ununderstandable text that you have. Everyone can get that? I've done what? Inside the paragraph tag, I've just, you know, you can do one thing, and let me do that again. I've just done P in paragraph tag. I've written down LOREM, lorem, and you can just press enter and you will get that text, but I don't want that text again. Right? So what is that? For example, let's try to make a logical sequence of my article. I'm giving my article, it is, and for example, I say date or dated February, something like that, February 2021. So now let's see. I've used this paragraph tag. Now what I want you to just experience is that. So now this, you see that whenever I just use this paragraph tag does what? I will just let you know. If I just close, stretch, like, you know, squeeze my web page, you see that this is coming as a paragraph, and this is a complete paragraph at the downside. And what is this? My article has been used as H1. Yes, it's a Latin language, you're right. My article is being used as an H1, then H2 is here, and then paragraph is here. Now, one thing about HTML is that if I just take out this paragraph tag, so even though if I take out this paragraph tag, and also, for example, if I take out this paragraph tag first, and I just bring another lorem ipsum over here without paragraph tag, mind you, I've done another lorem ipsum, and I am just I just want you to just experience few things, important things that you will enjoy. So let me just do that. So I am trying to make 2 paragraphs, but the problem is that HTML by itself does not recognizes any text or any new linings. You know, you have seen that I've put on like multiple new lines over here after this elite, after this debit is whatever, But you see that when I just save this one, I'm talking about the text only right now. So if I go back to my document, do you see two paragraphs or a single paragraph, everything being jumbled together? Everything is jumbled together. You know why? Because there is no paragraphing is used. So HTML ignores all those white spaces and the next lines. And how about this one? If I want to have a new line after this elite word, what I need to do over here? Anyone? I need to place a BR. And Devam, and L here is BR, line break. Please bear in mind, it's line break over here. So save this one and now see the output. Now see the output. Do you see a new line after elite? The same word where I place my BR. It means HTML by itself does not recognize any line, new line, does not recognize any space, paragraphing. Rather, you need to explicitly tell it to do. Devam, you got it? This is not endl here. This is BR over here. Break, line break. Very easy. Just put a BR. Okay. So now what I want you to understand is that if you do not give a paragraph tag, it won't make a paragraph. But if you give a paragraph tag and you just make it a paragraph by looking at the end and then copying it the same here over here. P. And now I will delete that because otherwise it won't affect. So now if you see your document, you'll see two proper paragraphs being made. All things are looking very ugly. So please don't worry about it, because right now we are talking about the structure of the document. And then once we'll move to the CSS, then I'll talk about all those things. Someone was asking about coloring something or changing the design or something. We'll talk about everything. But right now we are just talking about the structuring of the documents. So you understand, this is H1, this is H2, and this is paragraph. So I can write a paragraph by using this syntax that I have. I've got this paragraph which can be used. So HTML uses these tags and elements to do that. So I have one paragraph H1, I have one paragraph like H2, I have one paragraph like two paragraphs, not paragraph tags. I have one tag as H1, one tag as H2, and paragraph is another tag that is basically being used over here. So these are all the tags that we have that we can just use. Now let's talk about few other things. So first of all, this is the thing that you need to know. So one thing you should take away from here is the lorem ipsum text, right? So you can have this liberty of having this text anywhere you want, because this gives us a very good sense of that how my document will look like when my original text will come. If you don't have the text, if you don't have the data with you, what you can do is that you can just go and have that lorem ipsum text, and that would be available to our section. Now there is something very interesting and important over here in HTML. Let me just collect the notes over here, and as someone said, later on I will share these notes. Now we have to talk about content sections. If you talk about content sections, so as I said in the beginning, that the semantic understanding of the tags. So for that semantic understanding of the tag, HTML has introduced some of the tags. Let me just share these notes with you, because you will find that in your notes as well, of course. So you see here, semantic understanding or content sections. So you see here. So these are the organizational blocks within the document. And as I said, one hand, they are HTML5 standard tags. On the other hand, they are the semantical understandable tags, helping give structure to give content and provide clues to browsers, screen readers, and other softwares about how to present the content. Now, you see what I was saying, that when your tags are basically structurally or semantically understandable, so what happens is that it will provide clues to the browser, screen readers, and other software. So there can be lots of softwares coming to read from your website. So if you are using those structural content sections, these which are semantically also understandable, what will happen is that whenever a reader will come, whenever a crawler will come to search your website, it will find that, okay, if I have to find links, I will go to the nav tag. If I have to find header, I'll tell you what is header. I was not intentionally saying header. I'll talk about header. If it says that I have to find something from the footer, so it will always go to the footer tag. So we have got these structural content sections. Now what are those? First of all is header. Now what is the difference between the head and the header? Can anyone tell me? What is the difference between head and the header? What do you think? What will be the difference between these two? We have already talked about head, and now it's the header, and it says introductory material at the top of the document. What does that mean? Khushwan says header is the top one. Khushwan, this is very true, but I want you to just be a more explicit and tell everyone if someone does not understand what is a top margin or something. Be more explicit about that. What do you mean by header is the top? So what is the head then? What is the head then? Anyone other than Khushwant maybe? My question is, what is the difference between header and the head? Head we have discussed, header we have not discussed. Header says here, introductory material at the top of the document. So how do you find difference between these two right now? I have not discussed that, but I'll be discussing that. But I want all of you to just have a quick sense of it. People see the header. Vincent, very good. So people don't see the head, Vincent? That's a good explanation, by the way. Header is the title. By the way, what is this auto log on? I don't know what's your name. If you can just write your name. Header is heading. Head is kind of name of web page. Okay, that's very good. Khushwant, anyone else? These are good explanations. Okay, it's Maruf. Maruf, you can rename yourself. Right click yourself and you can rename yourself. Anyhow, so now listen about that. A very major difference. Head is something that is not inside the body, mind you. And header is something that is inside the body. Point number one. Header will always come inside the body, and it structurally represents the top of the web page. For example, let me give you an example, and let me just give you an example quick. Hopefully you will know. For example, let's talk about the Wikipedia page again. We have talked about the Wikipedia lots of time, and let's search HTML in it, something like that. So let me tell you, there is one thing which is called there is one tag which is called head. So head tag will have this HTML and Wikipedia inside that. Everyone understanding that? This head is coming from that one, because that head is not part of the body. And by the way, this top part, which is comprising of all these things over here, containing of links. And by the way, we will be during this class, we'll be just trying to imitate all these pages again. So if you see over here, you find some header information over here. So top section as section, and that whenever you're creating something,
your mic has a
comments here. I hope that is header, right? So header will represent the top section of our document. And
there's a problem with your mic,
Professor.
Of our website.
We cannot hear anything, Professor.
I don't think he hears it.
No, he can't.
This title.
Yeah.
Someone wants to say?
Your
Professor, we
mic,
can't hear you.
Yeah. Your mic is crashing.
Looks like there is something wrong going on.
Okay,
what happened?
right now it's good.
Yeah, what happened is you were cutting off.
Okay.
I think it was a connection problem rather than microphone. You're fine now.
Am I audible to you now?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just that you were cutting off a lot.
Okay, right. So you know what happened? There was a problem with system. I had some this.
It's happening again.
Sorry.
It's your connection, Professor. It was happening again.
Sorry.
It was your connection. It was happening again.
I'm hearing. Hold on.
Having a problem with your connection, sir.
Okay. There was a problem with my connection as well.
Yes.
Bluetooth. Is it cutting?
It's still happening. It happens again. It happens all the time. when you talk, when you speak, you break up.
I don't know because I still not close my Bluetooth and thing is. Okay, if you can just give me a reboot. Is it better now?
No, it's still the same.
Everyone.
I think you should restart your connection or something.
All right. I'm hoping that I'm back with everything. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was, I don't know what happened to it. Anyhow, so where were we? Like when I just went off, what we were discussing at that time? Can anyone just let me know so that I start from there? Okay. Okay, Khushman, thank you very much for reminding, and wonders of technology. Okay. And technology has played a very good role with that, right? So okay. So now, yes, so we have not taken a break anyhow. Sounds good now. And the wonders of technology, and the technology has done. Okay, so we were talking about, Samuel, that everyone, that we are talking about that header is basically something that is inside inside our HTML, inside our body, and head is something which is inside our HTML document, but it's not something that is directly visible to our web page. Anyhow, so these were the few things that we have to discuss, and then we talked about, we were talking about these these sectional elements. So right, so header is the first one. Am I sharing my screen? Hopefully, and you can see my your notes of Web 222. I'll have to just take a quick feedback about that, because
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, because today it's all going very bad, and I'll have to adjust that later on, and I'll be adjusting all those things. Oh my God. Okay, so header, and the second part is nav. And as I said in the beginning, nav is basically the navigation part, or where we will be placing our menus or links. So structurally, now if some crawler comes, some website comes, and Google wants to search my website, and they want to look at what type of links I've used, where I'm linking my documents to, so they will directly come to my navigation part. So navigation typically refers to what? That typical area where we will be placing our links. So see, contents related to the navigation. So all those contents related to navigation, I will try to place them inside nav, our main navigation bar, be it a horizontal, be it a vertical, be it a horizontal, whatever. We'll be just placing our contents in that nav tab. Then we have a main section. This is very important and interesting. This main section represents typically that particular area that we want to keep for the main component. You remember we were talking about, or we had already opened up our Wikipedia page. So let's see here. I was talking about this one is the header section, or the header area of our document. Header area, right? The header area might contain some secondary links, secondary type of things, but this will be representing as a header there, where there is a logo of that and typical things like that. And then if you say navigation, so this one represents my navigation over here. For example, might be this one is the nav bar. Why? Because this part contains all the links that are available on the Wikipedia. So this will contain about what? These are all the navigation components of that page. Now what is main then? The main, they are saying, they're talking about this main, that this main section may be comprising of this whole picture from this part to this part, or maybe comprising of this picture. So this can be anything in between that. So might be that main section in that page representing this one, only the contents, and this one is a separate part. But might be that main part is containing all those things and just adjusting them by using CSS or by using the HTML structural elements, right? So this is the other part of it. And that we say that these are our main sections. So the main content of the document, for example, a new articles, paragraph versus ads, links, navigation button, etc. We'll try to place them inside the main section. And please bear in mind, as I said, that we will have some examples where we will be just doing what? We will be just placing our main document or main sections inside that main part. H1, H2, H3, H6, subheaders for the different sections. So we can use this H1, H2, H3, maybe inside header, maybe inside nav if you want, maybe inside main. So, but they will be used as a logical structuring of our headings, that I want to have something very bold and something very, that is very much easily looked on, and it has got a very heavy weight. So for that reason, I'll be using those header at time. And the last one is the footer. So if you talk about this website, what is the footer over here? If I talk about that, so if you see, if I go all the way to the bottom, you see that this might be representing its footer part, right? The footer part containing the copyright information, footer part containing some of the, again, the secondary type of links or something, maybe some of the advertisements, terms of use, things like that. So these types of things we try to place inside our footer section. So to summarize everything, this is very interesting one. Summarize everything. Header, the main document or the main top page of our document. As please bear in mind, not talking about the top page outside of body, but header means inside of body document, body tag. And then we have navigation, wherever you just want to place your all the links, the main links, the proper navigation that your website will run on will be placed inside that nav tag. And then we have the main web, and as I said, main will be containing all the elements. We'll see a shortly an example after the break. And then we have H1, H2, and then we have this footer tag where we will be just placing all those footer information. And this was our document that we have talked about. So here we have not made use of them, but from as I said, then from now onward, I will start using that typical thing, that where I will be just placing my header for example, maybe over here and things like that. So we'll be just doing that. So any questions thus far? If you people have any questions, then it's good. Otherwise, we'll go for a quick break, and I'll try to settle out everything that has been messed up. Right. So let's take a break. Thank you, Maruf is saying. And let's take a break of maybe it's 2:26. So we'll be back at 2:35. Oh, it's Noshina. I'm sorry. Okay. So 2:35, I'll be back, right? So by that time, I'll try to adjust everything what has been messed up. Thank you.